TrumanLakeFishingIntel.com presents your latest Truman Lake Fishing Intel Expert Roundtable. TrumanLakeFishingIntel.com is your premier resource for up-to-date expert fishing reports and videos to help you find the fish faster and become a better Truman angler. Multi-species coverage includes crappie, catfish, bass, hybrids, and more. View this month's full episode roundtable exclusively at TrumanLakeFishingIntel.com. This month's roundtable is brought to you by Anglers Port Marine. Whether you're a first-time boat owner or a seasoned professional, Anglers Port Marine has an option for you. Conveniently located between Clinton and Warsaw on 7 Highway, stop on in to view top industry boat brands including Phoenix and Low Boats. With their award-winning sales and service, Anglers Port Marine has you covered. 660-438-4600 or learn more at anglersportmarine.com. The Mahoney Real Estate Team, powered by eXp Realty. Introducing Tyler Mahoney, your trusted real estate expert from eXp Realty. With longtime roots in the Truman Lake area, Tyler knows the ins and outs of the many great features our region has to offer. As one of the top-selling real estate agents around the lake, Tyler excels in selling both land and homes, consistently fetching top prices for his clients. What sets Tyler apart? He delivers exceptional service through his professionalism and negotiation while using extensive marketing tools to get the most eyes on your property, including tools that no other agent has available in the entire state of Missouri. For a seamless real estate experience and unparalleled results, contact Tyler Mahoney today. Reach him directly at 816-536-7038. Just another nightly rental. Owned by David and Gina Townsend, this lake area property located at 32640 Highway 43 in Warsaw is perfect for your next lake getaway. Sleeping up to 8, this home is located conveniently within a short drive to boat ramps on both Truman and Lake of the Ozarks. Weekly discounted rates are available and a welcome meal is provided if booked more than one night. Call now to book your stay. 660-287-7615. And now, let's start the show. Boys and girls, we are back again for another edition of the Truman Lake Fishing Intel Expert Roundtable May 2024 edition. We're in a new location tonight. Our good buddy Jack Vanderpool has graciously offered to let us host it down here near Warsaw, and super excited to talk to these guys tonight. We're going to be doing kind of a deep dive on a species that we don't get to talk about as much as we do the crappie and the catfish, and that's the hybrid bass fishing. Wipers, hybrids, whatever you want to call them, that's what we're going to do a really deep dive on tonight. These guys have been fishing Truman Lake for quite some time and are just pure experts at finding them. And we'll kind of get to know their tips and tricks, kind of what their expectations are going into this season, because it's about to fire off here pretty quick. Lake being up 14, 15 feet right now, maybe how that's going to impact things. And, of course, we'll get into some general fishing report stuff as well. So before we get started, let me do our normal introductions. From my left to right, we got Jordan Leer, Angler's Edge Guide Service, Jason Smith, Smith's Fishing Adventures, the guy who was the guide for the new world record spoonbill this year. We're going to talk to him shortly about that. Jack Vanderpool from Wiper Sniper Guide Service, and Jim Cuda from Hybrid Mania Guide Service. So you can find all of these guys at TrumanLakeFishingIntel.com. You scroll down the homepage, click the Experts button, and every single one of them has a biography page with phone numbers. So if you want to book a trip with any of these guys, you can find their information right there. And, of course, they all have their own Facebook pages as well. Want to say thank you to all of our usual folks that helped to make the website possible with Anglers Port Marine, their Phoenix and Low Boats. They got a full lot right now, tons of stuff to choose from. Get over there and check them out. They've been writing a couple of really nice checks here recently. If you are fishing out of one of their boats and it's 2 years or newer, and you win a tournament, a qualifying tournament, I think it's 60 boats or more, they'll kick in another $5,000 to the winner if you bought your boat and are fishing out of a boat that you bought from them in the last 2 years. So really exciting incentive from Anglers Port Marine. Of course, just another catering company down here, Gina Townsend. She does great with all of her food. David Townsend, just another crappie bait company. We're probably going to talk to him here soon. He just sold just another crappie bait company. It's still going to be manufactured. You're still going to be able to get them. Great baits, so check them out. Of course, these guys will probably be talking about some of the guys that support them here tonight. And let's really get into it. It's here early May. We've just been hammered with like 7 to 10 days straight of rain, and the lake is up. What? It was 7, was it?
7:19:6, I think, this morning.
This morning, okay.
13.6 over.
And we had another 1.5 inches up in Clinton today. I don't know how much you guys got right down here in Warsaw, but quite a bit as well. So the lake's up, the lake's muddy. Things are challenging on certain species, and from what I hear, Jim Cuda got into some hybrids here in the last day or so, so he's going to tell us a little bit about that. But before we dive into breaking down the current conditions, what you need to be doing, I want to recap this past month. So Jason Smith, the last time you saw us here, him with us, was back in March, right before spoonbill season was kicking off. And I'm certain that you probably couldn't have imagined what was going to happen. That was like in the first week, wasn't it?
That was, the first week.
So, new world record. Jason, I'm going to be done talking. I've got allergies. I got a stuffy voice. Let's let you do the talking. Just tell us the story about your spoonbill season. But most specifically, I want to hear about the new world record spoonbill.
Well, spoonbill season was fabulous. We boated well over 300 spoonbill this year.
Oh, my gosh.
Several big fish, tons in the 90s. 100-pounder and a 164-pound and 13-ounce fish.
Gosh.
So it was a really good spoonbill year. World record fish. Let's talk about the world record fish. Chad Williams, the lucky man in my boat that day that got to catch that fish. He was the guy that reeled in that world record. Old Chad, he's not much of a fisherman. He's new to the spoonbill world. Didn't even really know what a spoonbill was that day when he showed up.
I want to clarify how new to the spoonbill world he was, because from what I understand, he got invited like last minute. You might be able to clarify that.
Yeah, he got invited by some friends of his to go spoonbilling.
And the way I read the story was he pretty much wasn't even aware of what a spoonbill was.
He did not know what a spoonbill was before he showed up. No, never seen one before in his life. Now he's the world record holder.
It's the classic you take the first time angler out story. Okay, so I just wanted to clarify that, how new he was to it. So keep going.
We, contrary to what most people believe, we did not live scope that fish. We were pulling divers when we caught that fish. I'll tell everybody we were down in the 40s. Typical day, it was actually a slow morning. We had one fish in the boat and caught a short about an hour and a half in. And we're just trolling like normal. We hit a big fish. I can tell when we hit a fish by how hard the drag's pulling if it's big. At that point, we knew it was a decent-sized fish, so we're on the back deck, and Chad's fighting this fish. He's a 250-pound guy, and he's over there talking about how his forearms are burning and starts wheezing a little, and I'm kind of clowning with the guy. I was like, man, last time somebody sounded like this reeling in a fish, a man of your size, it was over a 100-pounder. At that point, I was like, Chad, you might have broke the 100-pound club, and I was just playing with the guy. Finally, after that fish dove on us 5-6 times, about 10 minutes of fighting him, we still haven't seen this fish. And finally, we get it up to the side of the boat and it surfaces, and my jaw just drops. I mean, it's. I've caught big spoonbill, but a spoonbill that stretches across the whole back deck of my boat is a monstrous spoonbill. So
it's like, because usually you got a routine, the fish comes up, you're like, okay. I mean, what was it? Just pandemonium, like, oh.
First thought is get a gaffing.
Yes.
I got to get something in this fish. Don't lose this fish, And really didn't even, world record had no part of my head until I couldn't pull the fish in. So we get a rope on the tail of the fish, and we got the gaff in the front. And me and my deckhand pull that fish in the boat, and literally it slides across, and its nose is touching one side, and its tail's touching the other side. My boat's 8 foot wide.
Yeah.
So at that point, I'm like, Chad, we might have hit Missouri state record here. I'm not even thinking world record at that point. Start making phone calls, get a hold of a conservation biologist and a conservation agent in Camden County, because that's where we were at.
Yeah.
And I had talked to the agent, and he wanted us to stop fishing and go away. I got 5 people in my boat. We're not going to stop fishing.
Right.
So we go ahead and fish the day. Well, about an hour in, the conservation agent says, well, since you and I can't go weigh the fish, here's the measurements of the last Missouri state record. I don't remember the exact measurements, but we were 7 inches.